Hello, and welcome to the Long Dark Interloper episode 1. We're going to be picking this back up. We tried it for a while and found it was painfully difficult, but we are ready to tackle this monster again. Hopefully, this will be the time that happens. There's a lot of luck in the first few days as far as weather and starting location, but I feel pretty good that this is going to be the one that we make it in. The first thing to notice is there's been some updates since I've played the game. I've messed around with a little bit looking at the new zone. There's also a new zone. I'm going to show you that real quick. So yeah, I was checking it out. You can see here it's the Forlorn Muskeg, a frigid open marshland bisected by a railway line. Weak ice and constant winds make this area highly dangerous, connects to Mystery Lake, and it is in fact highly dangerous. Now, I do not know if the Interloper difficulty, because you don't get to pick where you start in Interloper, I don't know if it can start you there or not. Um, but we'll find out, I imagine, over time as I attempt this difficulty. Now, the one thing I'll say is they changed the way clothing works now. There are over twice as many clothing options as before, and you can also layer clothing, many options to layer clothing in multiple layers, as in you can wear multiple items on your head, multiple jackets, multiple shirts. And while this protects you temperature-wise and can even protect you more from animal attacks, it can hinder your mobility. So that's something to consider. They've also added wetness as a factor that you will get both from falling into water through thin ice or even through storms. And the wetness will eventually cause your clothing to get wet, which will decrease its ability to keep you warm, as well as causing it to slowly freeze, which lends itself to the next mechanic they added, which is frostbite. Frostbite on any exposed part of your body or any part of your body underneath frozen clothing actually gives a permanent reduction to your condition. So when you get frostbite, say on your hands, you will lose permanent condition for the rest of the game. And as you would suspect in reality, it's easier to get frostbite on your extremities than other parts of your body, but you can get it just about anywhere. That's pretty much the bulk of the changes that they've touched or added to the game that I've touched on. So we're going to go with it. I like the female survivor. The other difference, let's just call this just interloping. The other thing that you notice that's different is I'm now playing this on computer as opposed to the Xbox. Long story short, it's easier to record on the computer, but that being the case, a lot of the progress towards my badges are no longer present. But that's fine. We hadn't earned any before. We'll earn them as we go. I'm not super worried about it. So let's see what we get. Hopefully it's a bright sunny day in the AM in Pleasant Valley. Come on. And it looks like we are 6 hours of darkness left here at Desolation Point. Not really how I wanted to start this out. I don't know if they've added thin ice to everywhere in the game or if it's just to the new region, but I'm going to stay away from the edge. They've also changed the way your sprinting mechanic works, so now when you sprint, it does not take as much away from your fatigue as it used to, so you don't get as tired while you're sprinting, but you do, however, I heard the ice cracking there for a minute. You do, however, while you're sprinting, lose your stamina at a slightly faster rate, but you also regain it at a slightly faster rate. There's a wolf. So they did this so that people would not be so afraid of sprinting, as sprinting was something that you often didn't want to do because of how tired it made you. I kind of feel like this is a bad start just because it's the middle of the night.
Right, I can't feel my feet.
Like literally the middle of the night, but we're going to try to make it work anyways. I don't want to just keep restarting and hope for some ideal condition. I don't think that's really in the spirit of the game. If this is the cards that they have dealt me, if these are the cards they have dealt me, I would like to believe that I could complete it.
Wait, up a bit. No.
Now, I really don't like starting in Desolation Point. It's nice to be close to the forge so as to make some tools, but I often find on Interloper I'm unable to locate a heavy hammer here on Desolation Point. And the second thing that really gets us is the buildings. There's not really any good shelter here in Desolation Point. Much of the shelter that we find is very unfit for staying in. Often the inside of the buildings with your starting clothing are below freezing. And that being the case, it can be very difficult to survive the first couple days. But we're going to give it a shot. We'll see what happens. I know this area pretty well now. I've started here enough that I know it a little bit like the back of my hand. I know that there's a body down here, and he often has a wool scarf. Take that. And nothing on him, but we got a scarf, so that will help. Nothing over there. All right, let's go inside. See what we can find indoors. And of course, it is pitch black because it is the middle of the night, obviously. Let's look at our clothing. So you can see we have this neat new screen here. And we're going to put on the scarf. And it still feels like -1C. Unfortunately, we do not have enough warmth to be warming up right now. So we'll search through these drawers and hopefully... Come on, another article of clothing. We just need some clothing. Nope. Alright, so I know if I go up these stairs, I can see a little bit here. If I go up these stairs... Radio, table, bed... Just looking for a piece of clothing. Something, another pair of socks or jeans. Well, we can rest in the bed for a little bit to regain some warmth. I guess as long as they'll let us sleep, try to pass some of this darkness. Probably gonna wake us up after fully rested. Okay, so we've warmed up a bit. Still have 3 hours of darkness remaining. Let's climb all the way up to the top. We're not going to be able to break anything down because it is too dark. See if we can find some clothing in these lockers. Nope. Come on. Nothing. In traditional Interloper style, there is not a lot here. And I'm having trouble seeing what I'm doing. There could be stuff right in front of me and I wouldn't know it. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll check the top here, the top floor. We'll just do a ring of... Oh, hold on, I see, yep, the box. Okay. No matches or anything of the sort yet. 3 hours of darkness left. We're going to get our behinds back inside. And we're still fully rested, so I don't think we're going to be able to sleep, which is a nice, easy way to gain some warmth. We can't break down any of these boxes.
Oh, sure, I'm getting cold.
Yep. It's not insulated enough here for us to stay above freezing. Even though this is one of the warmest shelters in Desolation Point, the freakin is definitely not warm. and neither is a Hibernia processing plant. There's a stove. We don't have any matches. So we've checked just about all the obvious places for stuff.
This'll come in handy.
Work boots. It says tough but not warm. But they're warmer than what I have, so we're going to put them on. It's not bad. Could be worse. Okay, so I feel like we're going to have to waste a little bit more time here. Maybe they'll let us sleep for an hour. No, we're not tired, so instead, we're going to have to pass an hour's worth of time. I hate doing that. That is the worst. Now we're going to try to sleep for 2 hours or as much as they'll give us. Okay, fully rested and barely warm. Now we can search this place a little more thoroughly. We'll check all this. What do we have here? Emergency stim, lantern fuel, dog food. All good things. Not matches or better clothing, but still good things. Look at this. Container in the window we missed. Empty, of course. Anything underneath? No, nothing. Anything between the lockers? The game creators are very creative with where they hide and place things. You really have to look in every little nook and cranny. Hour and a half to break that down. An hour to break that down. Let's do that. All right, now we have some reclaimed wood. I'm not going to break the others down.
Did I say I hate being cold?
I know.
I really do.
I know. Hate being cold. We're fully rested, but the problem is we're not really gaining any warmth. It's just too cold in here. Medicine shelf, empty. A little bit of firewood. All right. We're going to have to go out into the cold and try to get to the trailers by the Hibernia processing plant. That's really our only chance. And we're going to take a risky way down for the sake of speed. Just don't roll your ankle. All right. We're already at risk for hypothermia. Again, I don't know if they've added thin ice to these regions. I kind of hope they have not. But we really won't know for sure until we get the message. Now I have
So cold.
at risk for frostbite in our hands because we don't have any gloves on. In fact, we're just wearing a t-shirt, so we're already at risk for hypothermia and now frostbite as well. Now I did do some exploration in the Forlorn Muskeg and found that, nothing. And found that when you walk on thin ice, it's very noticeable. There's a sound, there's a deer. There's a sound it makes, and you get a nice, pleasant little red letter warning on your screen that says weak ice. At which point you have
Use a drink.
You have mere seconds to get the heck out of wherever you are, or fall into the water. So we will see. I feel like the only place that the ice is weak is in the new zone, the Forlorn Muskeg. But again, I'm not 100% sure. The update added a lot of new stuff to the game. They could have very easily added the weak ice to various areas that I've already been to in these other zones, and I wouldn't know it. So we're going to avoid the ice as much as possible. What are these feathers around? Oh, a body. A torch. That's not bad. Could be worse. Nothing. Need matches or a magnifying glass or something. We're going to need a fire before too long. We don't even have any water. There's a wolf over there. Sam. Skulking around. We're going to go ahead and sprint and keep our pace up. I believe I can get in through here. Oh, come on. Yes. Okay, we are good and cold at this point. So we are looking for matches or whetstone. Okay. Not going to help us out too much. Would really love to find some gloves. I have a scarf, which is why I'm kind of protected from frostbite of my nose and ears and stuff.
I'll take it.
Matches. That's good. That's really good actually. It feels like 0C in here. That's close. Close, but no cigar. We really need it to be at least 1C above freezing before I start trying to break things down. Great. I would love to break some of these crates down, but I simply can't afford to. If I'd find a sewing kit, I might try to repair some of my clothing. We've not found one of those
Nobody
yet
needs
either.
this anymore.
Decent fleece mittens. Worn sweatshirt. Oh, you spoil me. Okay, so we're going to put on these fleece mittens now and put on the worn sweatshirt over top of the t-shirt. Hey, look at that. We're starting to look a little more bundled up now. Feels like 1C. So we're doing better. Problem is now we're going to need water, which means we're going to be starting a fire soon, sooner rather than later. So let's get, hold on a second. Let's see, what do we have for fuel? 4 sticks, 4 reclaimed wood, 1 cedar firewood. Not too bad. Let's get some tinder. We can get tinder from here. I was hoping to find something underneath that, but alas, it was not meant to be.
Mouth so dry.
I know we need water. A Summit soda or Stacy's grape soda would really come in handy right now. Frostbite risk should be going down now that we have gloves. "15 minutes. Let's do that. All right. Frostbite risk not really changing a whole lot, even though we have our gloves on. We do have our gloves on. All right. So I think what we'll do is we'll go to the other trailer first. Oop, wrong button. It is definitely windy outside. Very, very windy. Both of those are locked. So we are losing all of our heat. We didn't have a lot to begin with, but we have lost it all very quickly. So now we'll go in here and we'll check this place out. Hopefully this place will have a soda for us. Although it doesn't appear like it. Just one soda. Just one soda. All right. Come on, soda. Nope. All right, well, we're going to be starting a fire then in the processing plant. That's the basic of that, the basic gist of that. So let's get in. Let's get indoors.
God, I've never felt so cold in my life.
All right. I'm not sure how cold it's going to be in here. Feels like -1°C. That's not good. So we are going to need this fire very quickly. That's okay, we have matches. So it's not the end of the world. What do we have here?
Best be prepared for anything.
Lantern fuel? That's good. That means we can get this fire right away without risking it not working, because we're going to use that as accelerant. I probably should save it. Probably being the operative word. However, I am not going to. I'm going to use it as an accelerant and get this fire going. Alright, let's do that now. Alright, here we go. We're going to use the lamp oil. Alright, let's do it. 100% chance of success. We'll make that match count.
Perfect.
Okay, so for fuel... I guess we'll go ahead, we'll put some of this reclaimed wood in. And then we're going to start by making just a little bit of water. And then we're going to boil it just so that we can drink right away. Now our other problem is food. We don't really have any food. But one thing at a time, right? One thing at a time. All right, let's do 1.5 liters now. I'll just sit here by the fire as long as is necessary. Get that warmth up. All right, let's check. Frostbite risk is going down, so we are warming up. I think we're going to add another one of those, and we're going to take a brand to help us search. Because we can pull sticks out of the fire and look around with them. No. Not seeing a lot of anything. Oh, wait a minute.
Looks like
Jerry
this has been here a
can
while.
full of lamp oil. Oh, that's good. That's going to help us make our matches work. So we won't have to deal with low chances to start a fire. Gotta check everywhere.
Oh, I need to find food.
I really do. I know. We'll find food. All in due time. Alright, let's get over here. What do we have here? A pry bar. Handy for those pesky locked lockers. Oh, wait, a flare. All things that would be really easy to miss. Fire is going to need a little bit more reclaimed wood. Alright, we're just checking every little nook and cranny. The safe we will deal with here in a moment. I'm not going to waste my brand dealing with the safe. Alright, let's go upstairs, see what we got. Oh, I thought that was a can of soda for a minute. Boy, they tricked me good. They got me good. Nothing in the plastic container. Those cans are empty as well. So is that one. Oh, somebody enjoyed themselves some soda, but it wasn't me. All right, what do we got over here? Whetstone, more matches. I'm feeling good about that. I'm feeling really good about that. Got more matches. We've got some lantern fuel. There's some food. It's not much, but it's something. Check these lockers. There's the pry bar already coming in handy. All right. This one. A lot of empty lockers. Lot of empty lockers. There's a book. So I don't know what I'm hoping for now. I guess a sewing kit. Sewing kit would be really handy. Hacksaw would be great. Maybe the hammer. I'm a little paranoid that my fire is going to go out, so I'm going to go back down and check it. Still got 1 hour. We're going to take another brand from it. Alright, so this gives us a little bit of heat, but more importantly, or maybe just as important, it gives us light. It's a way to make use of the fire that we have. There's some reclaimed wood. Let's go check this guy. Another torch. No, pick up your brand, please. Empty corpse, dog food. All right. Well, we've got some food. I don't want to complain because we do, in fact, have some food now. And that's better than nothing. All right, let's no, she keeps wanting to throw the brand down. Let's check our filing cabinets. Cloth, okay. Frostbite risk has passed, it said. That's good. A decent wool toque. Very good. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put the toque on the outside of our scarf. Or they consider them both head pieces, but that's fine. It just means
come in handy.
it just means more temperature or more insulation from the temperature for us. I guess what I'm going to do, because we're so warm, is I'm going to pop outside here, and I'm going to check these boxes that I know were locked and see what's inside of them. Please be something, so you're worth my time. I would really like that. Of course, nothing. So it's warming up a little bit out here. It only feels like -10, which, I mean, let's face it, that's like a heat wave. I believe there was a locked locker in here as well, or I might be thinking of the lighthouse. And I am thinking of the lighthouse. Okay, so I wasted a little bit of my time coming over here, but that's fine. What we're going to do is we're at my +2C. We're going to spend some time breaking down these boxes. Get some reclaimed wood. We're going to break down a hunting knife to break down the bedrolls.
So hungry.
Okay, well that's not... I did not expect that. 27 minutes to break down the cardboard box. Let's do that. Nothing underneath it. What about you? Break down the crate. 15 minutes. As long as we're warm in here, we can continue to break stuff down and make this time work for us. Requires a hatchet to break those down. That's what I thought. So our temperature is still really warm. So what we can do is... can go check. I'm pretty sure by now we have used up enough time that our fire is out, unfortunately. Which I didn't want to put all my fuel on the fire, but it would have been nice if the fire was still going because we could boil more water. But without a hatchet, or I'm sorry, not a hatchet, but a hacksaw, there's not a lot we can do as far as getting the deer, because I would like to go and harvest the deer, but we need a hacksaw to do that. Otherwise, we have to sit there with the fire and let the deer thaw out completely to use our bare hands, and then even then, it will take quite a bit of time. So, decisions. Let's check everything again. Make sure I haven't missed anything. It's very easy to miss stuff, but I don't see anything, so we could go back to the lighthouse, but I don't feel like putting my hopes on one locked locker is going to be a smart decision. I feel like it's pretty safe to assume that we'll get there when we get there. So I think for now, what we're going to do is actually drink some water and wrap up the episode. I don't know if we're going to sleep yet because I don't know how many hours of daylight we have left. But I do know that our episode is rapidly getting over 30 minutes. So let's go ahead and drink some water. And we're going to wrap that up. We'll probably tend to our needs further in the next episode. This has been the Long Dark Interloper Edition, Episode 1. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you had fun watching because, as always, I definitely had fun playing. So check us out next time when we totally don't die. But until then, take care.